of the family she went into as an ordner. When she called her name, it means something. When you call your last name, it means something. It means something. It has to mean something. You have to create what that is, what that represents to you, and what it's going to represent long after you are gone. So when they say that Victory is not, she's not a cousin, she's my sister, because she's been more to me than even my biological brothers and sisters, because we struggle and struggle tremendously. And I don't think it's because we want to, but there are areas that we don't know how to change that, how to break that, or maybe we're not just ready, we're not ready yet, right? But if in this small community we can be more intentional, right? What, in terms of who Victorine has been to me, you know what it has taught me? It doesn't have to be a biological brother or sister. A brother or sister is a brother or sister. Even last night, as after I spoke to Leslie, I mean, I told you all, I did bouncing off the wall. Just picture me, chubby me, just flying about the house, right? The thought came to me, you know what? No matter what you've been through, you can get back up. And I started to think of David, and when he had lost a child, and you know, he got up, he washed his face, he combed his hair, he changed his clothes. There's some things you got to do. You got to swallow those life frogs. You got to do it. Whatever happened to you before, whatever money you've making before, wherever you, oh, that's the past. Get up, wash your face, comb your hair, change your clothes. And he went in to the sanctuary and he worshiped. He went into the palace, it says, a place in his house, and he worshipped. New beginning, new dawn, right? And I started thinking about that. And then so in one scenario, you have a man who's a king, who something devastating that happened to, but he was bowed down from, and then he got up. You too can get up. I was thinking about that. And then the next scenario I was thinking about was the situation with the man, the Good Samaritan. The man who was beaten and left in the road to die. So you could have one or two scenarios. You could have a situation where you've been through something and you got to pick yourself up, you got to get up, you got to wash your face, and you got to change your clothes, you got to comb your hair. That's one. Or you could be like the situation with the Good Samaritan, where somebody beat you, kicked you, cut you, left you on the road to die. How many men passed by? Y'all remember the story? There were about 3 people who passed by. And one out of those 3 stopped, picked that man up, started to nurse his wounds. Not only did they nurse his wounds, but they took him from where he was, took him to an innkeeper. Right? So you can, in our day, in our context, you could say, well, it's a hotel, it's a hospital, a Bayview hospital, whatever. He took him to a place. He asked what was the cost. He paid the present cost that was quoted to him. And then he told the people, whatever else it costs, when I return, I'll pay the difference. Go look for the stories.
And that
So
man, he was one of the same people, I think the same body that picked him up was the people that he taught that would have never helped them for the things that the people used to say about them, about those kind of people. And you can say, well, I taught you all kind of people.
because they weren't supposed to speak. Right.
Right.
Good. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You could fall in one of those 2 scenarios. The point is, there is a way out of your situation. There is help. There is assistance. And you could choose one or two. It's either you and get up and you're going to help yourself, or somebody's going to come along and help you. But when that person comes along to help you, like Victorine did for me, you got to be open. You got to be humble enough. You got to be receptive of that help. And know that that person was sent for you. Simple.
True, true.
Because just as Alonson said, if the man who was beaten and thing, as I tell people, listen, I always know when people got real problems or not. And that's why you don't have the tolerance, right? Because if I got a serious problem, and you see me, you ask me what's wrong, and I say, but nothing. You're probably not serious, you know. When you got a real serious problem, when you got it's like the accident emergency situation. You got somebody there who got a stomach ache, belly hurting, head hurting. You got another person who come in there who get a gunshot. You really take that gunshot, man, about cutting styles and about, no, nothing. The body weight belly hurt and the headache could do that. Oh, I alright. But that man who get a gunshot, he won't help, you know. He really about cutting styles and pride and all that. So I always say, listen, when you got a real problem, so remember I taught you. you take the man with the gunshot and say, oh, I would like Dr. Leach. I only want to be seen by Dr. Leach, or I only want Mrs. Lopez to see me. Man with a gunshot, oh. The man was to listen. Call the paro, call whoever. It don't matter. I want help. You can't pick and choose when you got a real problem. When it's a serious situation, you can't pick and choose. You don't pick and choose. You don't play pretty, right? So a lot of times, we gotta decide too if the problem that we complaining about is a real serious problem, or we just like complaining. Because if it's a real serious problem, if it's an emergency situation, watch how emergency situations are dealt with at the hospital. They don't play, you know. You know when you go to the regular doctor with a problem, you go away to the area, you sit down, you fill a form, and you know everything casual and low key and thing. From the moment there's an emergency situation, everything changes. Family members just get pushed to one side, right? You can't come in here. You can't get any ambulance. You can't this. You know, I remember even a situation with my friend last week where her son had died. The girlfriend, when they went to see the body and the ambulance went for the body and stuff, the girlfriend apparently told the girlfriend no, she can't come. The girlfriend said, what is now with it? It's 9 years. It's 9 seconds. She gets no, you know. Emergency situation, don't care now about that. This is about emotions. So I don't care if your head hurting you, foot hurting you, this is nothing to do with how you feel. This is about emotions. The fact is, you can't come. I don't care how long we did it together. I don't care how much sex when I had this emergency situation, you can't come in here. That's how emergency situations are dealt with. The emergency team has a particular protocol, a way that they got to deal with things. This isn't a time to be cute. So when the people who show up for you show up to do what they got to do in their lives, and you still playing cute, that's on you, not on them. They showed up to do what they got to do. And these are the life frogs that these are the things we got to swallow. These are the life frogs we got to really look at, because many of us have had people show up for us. We've had people who were supposed to do particular things in our lives, but we were playing cute. Are we as serious and as desperate to go to the next level as we claim we are? Right? Because I ain't here to play. Like I told you all, when I wrote 9 years on Facebook and I realized, wait, 9 years? I don't have 9 years to sit down wondering and wishing and hoping. You know, there's some wishing and hoping and I don't have that. I don't have that. So we gotta get on with it. I heard Bernard say tonight even about age and the people who are younger and stuff. That's not true. Because what I've recognized is that whatever time I've lost, right? It does not mean that I have lost, because I can recover that lost time. Because if I lost 9 years, all right, let's say for example, I lost 4 years, and let's say university would have been 4 years and I should have gone to university, I didn't go to university or whatever. What can I do that can put me 4 years ahead of my university degree? What can I do that will earn me more than my university degree will earn me? What can I do that doesn't even require me to go to university? You understand what I'm saying? So even though you might have lost time, even though you might be older, like I said, if a woman can come and look at me and tell me, I mean with a serious face, you know, $16,500 US, what then is stopping you from learning that same skill at your age of 72 and decided, well, hey, this is what I'm gonna. I remember Miss Seeley. There was a lady Seeley at Courts who was she was the marketing manager at Courts, and she left Courts at a very late age in her 60s and went and studied law. And so think about it. She's at Courts all those years. Go study law, get one client, one contract, one job. That's going to pay her $50,000. You understand? So regardless of what your situation is, there are ways that you can come back. There are ways that you can rebound. There are ways that you can recover. You just got to make a decision. You've got to make a decision. And that is where it starts. I don't know if there's anybody else who wants to share, But I want to share a quick video with you. And I want to leave this video with you. I want it to affect your psyche the way it did mine. I want to share this video with you.
I wanted to share, but I don't know if she
Go ahead,
does.
Sakura.
She put anything that she wanted to introduce herself, but she had to go. I don't know if she leave.
Oh, okay, yeah, she's coming back. She said she's coming back. So I just want to share this quick video and just stimulate us a bit, tease us a bit. You know, like Pavlo, the psychological experiment with Pavlo and the dogs, where they would take the stimulus and they would put it in front of the dogs, and even before the dogs were fed, the dogs started to salivate. Right? We're talking about going to the next level, and I want you to watch this video.
21 miles long and 14 miles wide, but it's big on luxury. Barbados sells its own version of the Caribbean dream at a price. Sandy Lane is perhaps the most famous hotel in the Caribbean. If you're prepared to pay up to $25,000 a night, then this is the place for you. Everyone from Elton John to the Queen has stayed here. Sandy Lane may be the destination of choice for holidaying celebrities, but the most famous person on the island is someone few tourists have ever heard of. I was on my way to meet the man who is said to own much of Barbados. I'd come to see Sir Charles Williams, one of the biggest property developers on the island.
Morning.
Trevor McDonald, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to meet
Pleasure.
you.
Welcome to our home.
Thank
and,
you.
Barbados.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Having,
This lovely house.
well, it's a little on the old side. It's like the owner.
How old is it? It's an old plantation house, isn't it?
I'll show you exactly. And in those days, the motto was molasses and lime,
Okay.
and that was from 1664.
So the house dates to 1664, so it's a
So it's-
17th century house.
Yes.
4% of the population of Barbados are white. Most are descendants of slave owners. But Sir Charles, the son of a farmer, has built his empire from scratch.
I started life working for $110 a month. And nobody has ever given me anything, or have I ever borrowed money that I haven't paid back. And Mommy gave me an everlasting bit of advice. Son, save your money and buy land.
By land.
Buy land. I've never stopped. If I have a regret, I didn't buy enough land.
Sir Charles lives with his second wife, Mary Ann, and their pet pig, Hoagie, who he assures me is fully house-trained.
Come on, Hog, come and say hello.
Hey, Hoggy.
Go on, Hog, look. Come and say hello.
Looking for the easiest point out.
Hoggers. Come here, Hoggers.
Oh, no, that's better. Actually, coming to say hello.
You are such a... Come here, Hoggers, come. You want to scratch, Hoggers?
What wonderful eyes.
Yes.
Sir Charles may be eccentric, but he's also very driven. Polo was introduced to the island by the British in the 19th century, and today Sir Charles is probably its biggest fan and promoter. Rather surprisingly, the polo field is one of the few bits of the island Sir Charles doesn't own. But he does own every single one of the horses.
What, Bo? God almighty. Oh, Philip, man. That's against the rules.
Pushing him off there. Is he a good loser?
No, appalling
He
loser.
hates losing.
Yes, he says a good loser is always a loser.
Turn, return, turn, return. Go, Philip! Go, Philip! And he misses it! Shoot him!
You're not a very good loser, are you?
No, I'm the worst loser in the world.
It's difficult to find a bit of real estate in Barbados that isn't his. Sir Charles's latest credit crunch defying project is a £400 million golf course, complete with luxury villas. But his most prized development is the Port St. Charles Marina, named after himself, of course. This is home to the high rollers. Roman Abramovich, no less, moors one of his yachts here. It's hard to imagine now, but this landscape was once very different.
Where we're sailing now was solid rock. We had to excavate this from solid rock. It was considered madness, but with a vision.
So all this is...
All this is Port St. Charles.
This is a huge development.
The marina took 10 years to complete, carved out of thousands of tons of coral rock. This is an empire built on creating something out of nothing. Sir Charles's critics say that with some apartments here selling for over $4 million, the only possible buyers are the super rich. And his voracious land buying has caused concern at the highest levels.
The Prime Minister of the day now made the message very clear, don't hold yourself up there anymore.
Well, he virtually kind of said, in not so many words, Charles, I think you have enough.
Yes, he said that it was having an impact on the social structure, whatever you like to call it, and I obeyed him like a good obedient boy.
Look at these yachts, look at them. They're magnificent. I get the feeling this is the height of luxury. I mean, not only to have your own very expensive waterside apartment, but also to have your yacht as well. I mean, I've heard people who have one or the other.
Well, there was three ambitions. There was three ambitions I had: pretty wife, a nice sports fisherman, and a fast sports car. I had all three cost me a fortune.
Yeah, but you still have survived. You seem to have done pretty well on it.
This is what I used to enjoy on a regular basis to sports fishing.
Yeah.
And one thing for sure, Sir Trevor, I bought it with a name. I did not name it.
Let's see the name. Never enough.
Very aptly named. It is never enough.
In what respect? Is it the work is never enough, the land is never enough, the developments are never enough?
I think he always feels he can do more. Always feels there's going to be more. But he gives everything his all, and the boat is definitely appropriately named.
How does that impact on your relationship? You find you get enough time?
Yes, it's very exciting because there's always something new going on, and there's always something exciting about to happen. And no, it's definitely a good ride.
Sir Charles is not shy about selling his achievements of having risen from owning a single bulldozer to actually changing the landscape of an entire island. Living proof, perhaps, that if you have the money, anything is possible in the Caribbean.
Now,
That was nice.
our dreams. You see that video? No, he said that nobody ever gave him anything. And I would like to edit that a bit because he got a lot of contracts from government, right? He got a lot of government contracts. But there's nothing that he has the ability to do that we don't have the ability to do. If we form the same relationships, if we understand, like I said, clarity, commitment, consistency. If we understand what we want, where we want to go, we build the relationships, we make the alignments. Oftentimes we're fishing in a dry pond. Oftentimes we want to become something. We're talking to people. We're asking people, okay, how do you make $1 million? And that person has not even made 100. Right? But look at what he would have done. Relationship building. I remember I had the opportunity to train with one of his companies a couple of years back. And one of the things that shocked me, this was when he was in his 70s. At 5 o'clock and think, oh, well, he's just be on a plane, going to Grenada, going to some other Caribbean island in his 70s. I'm like, whoa, this is madness. right? When most people, I mean, we are in our 30s and 40s and we're watching Days of Our Lives and just kicking back and thing. And this man is on a plane early in the morning, and in some days he's going to 2 islands, 3 islands. And I said, interesting. There's a lot. I mean, it's like 2 different worlds, 2 different landscapes. And I'm saying to us this evening, right? The same way he changed the landscape in Barbados, we might not be able to step out right now and go and change the landscape in Barbados. No. But we might be able to go and get a rock, right? And change the landscape in front of the property that we own, right? If to you all it looks like is getting a rock and painting your family name on it and beginning to put down physical things to say, listen, this is who we are. This is the Lopez. This is the piece of the rock that we own and that we are going to change. And this is the rock we're going to leave behind. I told some of you the story of a house I passed in West Terrace. I saw that house being dug up from the foundation and being built. I saw the men spray painting words in the ground sill underneath on the rocks and things. And I stopped because it was like Hebrew writing, Greek writing, some kind of writing. And I was like, what are you all writing? And the man said to me, these houses belong to Muslims. And what they do, they mark the rocks of their properties with like verses and the family name and stuff like that. They put it in the foundation of the building so that anything happens to that building when archaeologists come and they dig, they know that this particular family lived there. And I was like, why like living on a rock? Because these are things that are happening all around us. And all we want to do when the day comes is what we want. We're just waiting for the next chef special that Chefette bringing out. Right? You understand? And these people are not just living for today, but they're thinking years down the road. If this house gets removed, the very rock that the house was upon, somebody will know that this was our home, this was our spot. Right? If all you can do is to begin, get a rock, paint it, put your family name on it, and begin to think of the legacy that you want to leave behind. Now, Carl Williams, he's now dead. He's now dead. I remember that same place that day on that little boat thing. I remember my father carrying me down there 6 men. I remember going by 6 men and walking on the rocks, and Daddy got me picking welts off the rocks, and Daddy got me swimming from 6 men to back down to the Esplanade and Spikestown. Daddy said, Cheryl, you got to be able to travel on land, and you got to be able to travel in the water. Right? I remember being a little girl running ball down there, playing, swimming, whatever, me and my sister and stuff. Daddy would take us to the beach for hours. So I know what that used to look like. Right? They had this Victor might probably remember too. There was like this rock, just a thing, smooth rock, concrete thing that you would drive, and you could go out by that edge and stand up and look over and you see there by 6 men. Huh? Barbados has Port St. Charles, right? A lifting bridge, right? A country that's a dot on the map, got a whole lifting bridge that yachts just pass under. You understand the amount of money and wealth. I took some friends down Port Charles the other day, and they said to me, they didn't know that ordinary people could walk in Port St. Charles, go to the restaurant and sit down and have a drink. Of course, yeah. I found out. And for the time I found out, I was like, oh, okay, well, this gonna work for me. So I started taking my women's group there, and we hanging out there. Well, of course, it doesn't come marked white only. If I can't afford to buy a drink and a plate of food, well, then I can buy a drink. If I can't afford to buy a drink, I can drink water. And if I can't afford to even drink the water, then I gotta get pictures in on shirt though. Simple. So we have to decide. And that's why we have to decide. When we make the decisions, begin whatever frog it is, we have to swallow. Whatever frog it is, we have to eat. If it is fear of speaking, if it is fear of, am I good enough? Am I going to make mistakes? Whatever it is, just swallow it. Right? Just swallow it. Don't even waste another moment thinking about it, trying to prepare for it, trying to perfect it. Just start where you are. Start talking. You are good enough. Put your family name. You heard the man say he had 3 ambitions. 3. Beautiful wife. Nice sport fisherman and a sports car. Huh? And we believe that each other should not even own a pencil. That's how we treat each other. You go and buy a pencil, it's a problem. Pencil and rubber. Huh? No. We could change that, and I pray that something that I would have said tonight would stimulate you. You know? In our next session, Leslie says she's going to share in our next session, but I just want to welcome Leslie. The environment she's in, the background is noisy, but I want to welcome her because, like I tell you all, she had me so inspired. Here's a lady that's doing big things, and big things by herself, supplying stuff to all 50 states of the US. A Bajan, huh? Barbadian woman. All right. We can do great things. We can do great things on our own as individuals. You know, Mother Teresa says you might not be able to do big things, but you could do small things with big love, right? You can do small things, but do it with such passion, such intensity that it makes a big difference in your community and in your world. So even as Leslie would have shared with me last night, her products, I mean, listen, I see things this woman do. She doing a product from Barbados, products from Jamaica, products from, I can't call all the products she's doing. She got a health line of drink. She doing all sorts of cakes, sugar cake, fish cakes, carrot cake, grape cake. The play I saw her me last night. Are you serious? Lentil patties, cocoa bread from Jamaica. This, I'm like, well, Bernard, so you just bake turnovers? He will use a whole purity break here and more. Because I see a product range last night, and she said she's doing it by herself, and nobody knows how she wash her wares.
Sure, I don't know if this will make you feel any better. But I'm aware of my package now. Let it come. The first turnover I eat, I'm going to be thinking of you.
What? I don't understand. Leslie be FedExing Bajan products all across to all 50 states. All 50 states. I tell you last time when she done me, like you, I just bouncing off the wall, and I started thinking, yeah, as I was hearing her, I just saw the globe and all the dots of all the places that she's sending these products, you know. And then I said to her, but no, your business, there's a Caribbean connection. You got the cocoa bread from Jamaica. You're doing this from turnover from Barbados. You're doing something else. She doing the buljo. Then she told me some other dish last night, for something that I can't even get called as something with fish and something else that she's doing for some other country. And I'm like, no. Your vision is big. And then if that wasn't enough, the icing that sealed the cake is when she said to me, 2 children in Barbados, a woman committed suicide and left 2 5-year-olds in Barbados, and she wants her business to go to the next level and wants a bigger home so that she can adopt those 2 children. Well, you know, she got my whole soul. You understand what I'm saying? The why. If we can connect with the why, keep before you the why. Why do you want to do what you want to do? Why do you want to go to the next level? Remember, I spoke about the pain that you're helping to ease for somebody else, or the problem that you're solving for somebody else. Make sure your why fits into one of those 2 categories, and you can't go wrong. And if you keep that why before you, it's going to transition you from just a day-to-day little hustle to a legacy that will live. It will outlast you, right? As long as that why is right, you don't have to chase money. Money will chase you. All right. So that's it for me tonight. I am excited. Thank you guys for sharing. I didn't hear from Judy tonight, but I thank you guys for sharing. Thank you. We are going to the next level.
You're welcome, man.
Madam Masco.
Yes, ma'am. The other just got it over so.
I think I saw your hat. I saw you when you put your hat as well. We have lots to do. So I just want, each of you to write that statement that you said tonight about who you are and what you're sent here to do, the difference that you want to make in the world, because the next level of training, these are the things that you have to know it. It has to come from within you. You have to be able to say it without having to think about it. You have to then be able to reform your social media so that those things are out there for you to see, and for those persons who are looking for you to see that this is what you do. So start telling people, tell the people in your house, go up to your husband and say, hey, good afternoon, my name is Victorine Lopez, I'm on a journey, right, and I'm here to serve people in and start practicing it. Go talk to your dog. That's what you used to do. You go talk to your dog. You go practice with your dog. Hey, talking dog barking about it. Like, yeah, that's a winner. Practice in the bathroom. I told people I was so passionate about teaching. I used to teach the chairs. I used to light off the chairs, beat them, ba 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 ba. I got a playing teacher a long time. I was wherever the teacher do at school. I come and I down with my house and I write down all the women side in the house. And I got chairs rolled up and I beat the chairs to France. I got a ruler, and just like teacher talking, I did it with a small man, right? So start practicing. Go in the mirror, whatever it is, wherever it is you have to go, whoever do it with the people who you're closest to, and do it until it becomes your habit, until it becomes your lifestyle. Get comfortable with the fact that you are a winner. Get comfortable with the fact that what you have to offer is good enough. It's good enough. Get comfortable doing it. Get comfortable saying it. Right? No longer are we going to play small. We're no longer afraid of who don't like us and who might think, no, that's none of our concern. When you listen to that video and you hear what Cole Williams said, Cole Williams really cared that how many black people live in Barbados, and how many of our ancestors' land that he really, no, he had 3 ambitions, right? 3 ambitions. So
I think that's where it starts, though. Getting confident with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's where it starts. Because there's something that I shared today. I was doing a course here the other day with sports ministry, and it had, I think, 4 sessions: vision, prayer, vision, team, strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So I did it in points. Yeah. So in doing the second thing, then there was more clarity.
Mm-hmm.
So today when I was sitting in Sunday school, I understood, yes, what we looking to do, for the years that I was involved in Sunday school. I just said, no, Julie, until you step out, and really share what you know, what you're confident with, and the goal. So then I called after we met with the teachers so then I met after Sunday school was finished. Then I called her, then came off the chat. And so then I asked her, what I said for years, I was in sense, what you see, yes, what you produced and where you're going to song, but what is the vision of the Sunday school? And she was taken back, and hearing that, right? And I probably wait for her as well, right?